Hi guys, Micro here. This is the Quest for Survival Hardcore Iron Man series and we're on episode 22 now. As you can tell by the title, the Sign of Life really is a lifesaver. I hate quests because they're so unpredictable and so annoying to do. When you're doing a boss or something, you know what to expect and it's so easy, but when doing quests, it's just always really annoying. And I may or may not have procced my Sign of Life on a specific quest in this video. But either way, enough talking, let's get into it. Starting this video off with 80 Slayer, which is a requirement for the Light Within. I'll be aiming to do the Light Within right after the River of Blood, so I want to get the requirements for both of those quests. There's 79 prayer, 1 level to go. And I also reached the 20 mil GP mark. Nice. I try and do as many dailies as I can. I do my checker trades in Herblore every single day. Today got me to 78 Herblore, so 2 levels for the 80 requirement for River of Blood. I also do my Viswax every day because it's really useful stocking up on that, especially resetting jacker trades, extending daily challenges and things like that. The rune crafting cape definitely helps for the 3rd rune here. I also do my sandstone and crystal flake sandstone. Mining the sandstones is so awesome because I'm going to get all of those crystal flasks and normal flasks to use when I need them. Flasks are very important, to be honest, because the inventory space they save can really benefit you. So I'm going to try and get as much sandstone as possible every single day. Not to mention, I've been extending and doing all of the good daily challenges I receive. Things like Delve into Daemonheim are awesome. I managed to get 79 Dungeoneering from this daily. While doing some more Firewatch, I managed to get 80 prayer, which is another requirement for the Light Within. All of these Firewatch I killed gave me so many herbs as well, which is really going to help for Herblore. As you can see in my bank, I have around 1,500 herbs of all different kinds that I can make into potions. So now it's just a task of cleaning them all and adding them all to the potions, as well as some uncut gems that I can cut for some crafting XP. Not to mention, in addition to all of these herbs, the Firewatch gives so many secondary ingredients like deadly red spider's eggs, it's unreal. These secondary ingredients go hand in hand with the herbs they drop, which makes them absolutely perfect for Ironman. While cutting the rubies and diamonds that I got from Firewatch, I actually got to 92 crafting, which is a really awesome achievement. We're halfway to 99. It was time to do some PVM related quests, which can be fairly dangerous. This means it was the perfect time to go and make an eagle lectern in my house in order to make some house teleport tabs. To make a mahogany eagle lectern you needed a gold leaf, so I went to Keldagrim and bought a gold leaf for 130k, and then the only thing else that's required is a couple of mahogany planks. So I made the mahogany eagle in my house ready to make some house teleport tabs. As you can see on screen now, a house teleport tab just requires a soft clay and a lore rune, and it's nice and easy to make. You only need the lore and the soft clay because you can wear a staff and it will pay for the rune. So I just wore my lava battle staff for the teleport to house tab and it paid for the earth rune. You guys commented on a couple of videos, like when I did the Dagannoth Kings that was fairly close and I got hit even when teleporting away. You guys told me that the teleport to house is much better because if you do end up going into your house, the damage won't go through because it's a safe place, right? So anywhere I can help myself, I will do. These teleport to house tabs will be much better for me so I won't die on the teleport back. I'll be safe once I get into my house from the teleport. It was time for me to do Fate of the Gods, which isn't that hard of a quest, but it's semi-difficult. In this quest you need to fight all of the gods from God Wars Dungeon 1 and a couple of other bosses. They have the abilities and stuff from the hard mode fights, but they aren't quite as hard as the hard mode because they're a bit easier to kill. They were all pretty easy. Kriara was probably the hardest one and the most likely to die on because it has more insta-kill chance with the tornadoes and stuff like that. All in all, Kriara was pretty easy to kill and all of the other bosses went super smoothly, which is great. I felt pretty good doing this quest. It wasn't too difficult and I'm probably overgeared for it anyway. As long as I took my time and I was calm and collected, the bosses and the hard mode mechanics weren't too difficult to overcome. I remember doing this on my main and dying. I remember dying to Kriara because I was quite newbie at the time and all the tornadoes just absolutely wrecked me. It was a little bit nerve-wracking going in, but at least it turned out okay. After killing all the bosses and, you know, defending and all of that good stuff, the last thing in the quest is you need to make a run for Guthix's cave. Normally it's just a straightforward run, you dodge the fireballs and the stagmites and stuff like that, and it was pretty easy to overcome. Not for my hardcore Iron Man. As you can see on the screen, I was running with a fireball behind me, following me pretty close. A Stagmite got put up on the tiny bit of the bridge when I was trying to cross, which then stopped me in my tracks and a fireball ran over me for a good amount of damage. I was spam clicking, but the pathing went a bit strange and it obviously started following the fireball for a little while before then changing direction. And then when it finally decided to change direction, there was another fireball in the path that I then went and took. Following the fireball for that little bit of extra time was near enough lethal for me. As you can see, my Sign of Life procs and I'm spam eating sharks. In the end, I decided to just stand there and eat sharks because there wasn't many fireballs left and coming. It gave me a bit of time to eat up and be safe. At that point, it was fine to just chill and then go through. But my god, was that scary. I'll show you my reaction afterwards. I was pretty chuffed that I didn't die. My god, that was close. I still had my Ring of Life, so I guess if I went low enough, that had the chance of saving me. That would have been a very depressing way to go. Oh. Well, we done the quest. My heart is pretty pounding. Didn't expect to nearly die on those stupid fireballs. This is why I just hate quests. Although the experience is worth it, so at least I have that. And the quest is done now. Never again do I ever have to deal with those stupid fireballs. At least I got a high amount of experience. I got 100,000 Herblore XP. I got a prayer level and got to 81 prayer. And then I got 2 summoning levels and got to 77 summoning. All round a lot of experience from this quest, which is pretty great. I don't really enjoy quests at all, and they can be very, very annoying, and there's a lot of things in quests that can just absolutely screw you over and kill you very easily, just like those fireballs. But at the end of the day, it's worth it because the amount of experience and the items you get from some quests are just so needed, especially on an Iron Man. You just have to make it work, grind your teeth, grin and bear it, and get through all of those quests. I did Troll Invasion for an XP tome for the last little bit of experience for 80 Herblore, which then allows me to do both River of Blood and The Light Within. I'm going to do River of Blood first because it requires a lot less quests. The first quest I did was Demon Slayer. It's quite funny that I haven't actually done Demon Slayer on this account yet, but there we go, it's done now. Next up was What Lies Below, and then straight after that quest I did Defender of Varrock, which isn't too bad because it gives quite a lot of experience in a range of skills. The last quest I needed to do for the River of Blood was All Fired Up. Took around 2-3 minutes, super easy, super quick. Then it was time to start the River of Blood. Halfway through the quest you get to make your Sun Spear, so now I've got a tier 78 weapon. You can change it between range, melee and mage, so now I have a tier 78 weapon in all of the respected styles, which is really, really awesome for an Iron Man. It does degrade and you do have to repair it, but it's such an amazing weapon, especially for free. Here's something you won't see every day on a hardcore Iron Man. Part of this quest you actually get one shot, so you actually get to die as a hardcore Iron Man and just respawn. It's always quite funny when things like this happen because I'm always scared that a bug might happen and I won't respawn. I know the bug won't happen and I am safe, but you know, there's always that fear in the back of your head. The last fight of the River of Blood was fairly difficult, especially at my levels. They would hit so hard even through my prayer and it would just be constant damage that I was taking. So it was more of like a survivability thing more than anything. I didn't really get hit by any special attacks, but it still took so much food just from getting hit over time. I managed to get to the last phase, but on the last phase I had 0 food. So it was like a clutch or kick kind of moment where I had to do my best not to die. And if I got hit by any of those really strong attacks, then I was just dead outright. So it was a very scary point for my Iron Man. But the last phase wasn't that difficult. I would say like the one before this was probably the hardest one. There was like 4 phases, maybe 5 phases in total. Not too bad of a boss fight as long as you dodge the really hard hitting mechanics and you don't take like 7Ks to the face. Another fairly difficult quest done without dying, which is always really nice. My Sign of Life didn't even proc this time. There was no stupid fireballs or anything like that to actually try and KO me. there's River of Blood complete. Like I said about the rewards from quests earlier, 75k Herblore, 50k Firemaking, 50k Fletching, 50k Mining, 3 times 75k XP in any skill, which is going to be Herblore for me, and the Sun Spear, all from this quest alone. This is why quests are so worth it. They may be annoying to do, but you only have to do them once, so just get round, do them, grind them out. I like to just grind them out all at once I have the requirements. It's not so bad if you just spend one day doing it. Completing the quest got me to 79 Firemaking, and then trading in all 3 of the books into Herblore for 225,000 Herblore experience, it got me to 81. So one big thing that's really awesome if you've done the River of Blood quest, you can get a free blood essence from going back to the top of the tower. If you go to the top of the tower and talk to Lady Veneskia, she'll give you the choice between any blood essence you want for free. The rest you're going to have to craft. So for me, being a hardcore Iron Man, I took the Vampiric Blood Essence, which is pretty similar to a Vampirism Scrimshaw, but just not quite as powerful. It uses up some of the charges which you add with Congealed Blood every single attack, or if you activate it, it uses up 50 charges, and then it makes the healing even better. This is really going to help when I'm farming Firewatch, because then I can kill more at the same time without worrying about dying. Obviously, if you're not a hardcore Iron Man, stuff like the Berserker Blood Essence is also really awesome because it buffs you very well. But because the Firewatch drops so many Congealed Blood, you can easily just recharge this, because by the time you've used up 1,000 charges, you have another 100 Congealed Blood, which then will give you another 1,000 charges. So I just went to the bank and added the Congealed Blood to the Vampiric Essence. Okay, so I used 500 of the Congealed Blood and it made it go up to 5,000 charges, and it's capped. It's 10 charges per blood, which is pretty nice. And now I've got a 5,000 charged blood essence. In the next episode, it's time to carry on the quest grind and get the Light Within complete. As you can see on screen, this is the little plan that I made in order to get all of the quests done and what order I had to do them in. At the top was what I needed for River of Blood, and all of that is done now. So in the next episode I need to get 65 smithing, and then I can just go on a huge quest grind until the Light Within, get that done and get the curses along the way, and then get the Seren spells and prayers from the Light Within. I need quite a lot of quests, but when I just dedicate one day to it, it doesn't feel so bad and they get done very quickly and easily. I definitely advise, you know, planning it out like this if you're going to do like a day of quests, because it really does aid in the completion of all of the quests and you never really get lost on what you're doing and you know exactly where to go, what to do next. Anyway, that's it for this video. Give it a like if you did enjoy, subscribe if you're new for future RS3 content, and until next time, see ya.